Dad. How are you today?
Oh, we're doing great, Jordana. Another Mother's Day. I hope all the lovely moms in the audience had a wonderful day with their children and their grandchildren. It's always wonderful to have a beautiful, beautiful day. And today was gorgeous. It was sunny. It was in the 50s. And I'm sure moms had a wonderful day. And we had a wonderful Hallmark last night.
We did. It was a really good Hallmark, yes. I thought. We are still in May for moms. And this one was very cute. It was called Love in the Clouds. What did you think about it?
Well, first of all, I've been to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And this was filmed in Albuquerque at the International Balloon Festival, which is world famous. And it's interesting. The festival is held in October.
Oh.
And this is May. But the idea was great, and it was fun to be in Albuquerque.
Did they film it while it was going on, or was this all staged?
No, they filmed it last October.
Ah.
It's always in October because for those fans of Albuquerque, first of all, Albuquerque has 300 days of sunlight.
Oh, how gorgeous.
And the topography of this beautiful city of 500,000, to the west is the desert, and directly to the east are the beautiful Sandia Mountains that rise directly behind Albuquerque. And it keeps the air sort of stuck in this valley where the Rio Grande comes through, and the balloons rise, but they don't go very far to the east. They stay in that area, and then when it's time to bring the balloons down, they come down and they land not very far from where they take off.
Right. They had called it, I think, the box or something, that it's all boxed in.
That's right.
Which was pretty cool. You learned a lot in this movie, I thought.
Well, actually, the movie was very, very good. Hallmark, of course, brought us a love movie, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching the city of Albuquerque. I enjoyed watching where they were going up the tram to the top of the mountains.
Yeah.
And that tram actually exists, and it looks pretty spooky, but it is a wonderful place to visit. If you've never been to Albuquerque, go. But if you go in October, you got to be careful because there's no hotel rooms. They're all
and they
filled
showed
up.
that. They showed that she was a reporter. So a little bit about her story, Love in the Clouds, or as they kept saying in the movie, love is in the air, right?
Well, I thought it was very interesting when they said love in the clouds, because in Albuquerque,
there's no clouds.
There's no clouds to speak of. But it's a beautiful story.
Yeah. So we had 4 main characters that they highlighted on their channel, and it was, I thought, so cute. So we had Mackenzie Westmore, who was playing Brooklyn, and she was a reporter, but not an entertainment reporter, more of a traditional report the news kind of reporter, but loved to do different kind of niche stories and put taglines and all these kind of things. So her boss was a little upset with her.
Well, the boss was the kind of boss that you wouldn't like to have, a very angry and hostile boss, but that was the story. And what was interesting is that they came from Seattle, where you hardly ever see sun, and they brought that out in the film, sort of like it was the Chamber of Commerce of Albuquerque advertising to move here to Albuquerque and get away from this
360 days of sun that you never saw in Seattle.
That's right. It was about senior love.
Well, I don't know if we call it senior love, because I don't think our main characters, and I don't know their age, they're, I would say, middle-aged love, or they're not
middle-aged.
Middle-aged, I wouldn't call it senior. Different than our 20-something, but Hallmark hasn't been doing any really 20-something love stories that much. They really are very age-neutral. And
that's right. And so these folks they portrayed were in their late 40s, early 50s.
And so, we had Mackenzie Westmore, who this was, this is, I think, her first Hallmark, I think,
Yes.
I read, her first ever Hallmark. Now, she is no newcomer to television, movies. I remember, and I told Mom, we used to watch a long time ago on NBC a soap opera called Passions. And probably people thought it was the worst soap opera in the world. I loved it. It had a little magic, a little love. She was in that.
Well, her first movie was with Robert De Niro in The Raging Bull.
She was 3 years old.
She was 3 years old.
Yeah.
So this is a quality actress, a wonderful history that Hallmark brought.
And
male-
royalty, you know, like Hollywood royalty. Her family is in the movie makeup industry.
Right, and she even has her makeup firm, so she runs a corporation with the makeup.
So I was excited to see her first ever, and I hope we see more of her because Hallmark is bringing a lot of newcomers in. Now, she was matched up with kind of the Cary Grant of Hallmark, Paul Green. And he's been on a lot of Hallmarks, and he has no new face to us, but he is just that has that look, and the Cary Grant people are calling him of Hallmark.
Well, he's a very outdoorsy sort of a person.
Yeah.
And you can tell by looking at him, he looks rugged, he looks in great physical shape, and he portrayed the pilot of one of these balloons, and they explain how the balloons go up and how the balloons come down, and I would never have imagined that. And they showed the festival that lasts a week, and the festival in Albuquerque has fireworks and bands, and they have liftoffs where all the balloons go up and all the balloons come down in unison.
And then the glow light, where they light all at evening time, all of the air balloons light up for the glowing, and that was amazing.
They have a drone display.
Oh, that was cool.
Oh yeah, so it's quite a to do. But again, Hallmark interwove this wonderful love story of two rugged individuals meeting and falling in love, and it was a very believable story, and also very heartwarming to watch.
Yeah, and we also then got to see Paul Green's parents, or he played Jared's parents, who the father newly retired, was kind of struggling, had started, this was a family business of the air balloons. Love in the Air was what the air balloon business was called. It was a niche. They were trying to find people for romance and that kind of stuff. But it was a family business, and his father hadn't been up in the balloons, and they were bringing that up, and the mother had noticed. So these two, his mother and his father, are no strangers to TV, movies, or anything. We had Gail O'Grady play Jane, his mother. Now, she is a 3 Emmy nominee for work she's done previously. And this is not her first Hallmark movie, but she's done amazing stuff. And then Lorenzo Lamas. And I don't know if anybody remembers him, know of him, but he's been around
for years.
Yes. He has been in 5 television series, over 50 movies, and this is his first ever Hallmark too.
That's very interesting, because Hallmark is finding all these wonderful actors and actresses, and they're bringing to you really quality films and movies and nighttime entertainment. And this love story was fun. It was topical. If you've never been to Albuquerque, it showed everything in Albuquerque, including the Mexican restaurant.
Oh, El Pinto. El Pinto. Yeah.
And I think your mother and I ate at El Pinto once. Yes.
So there it was, and I love that they brought the turquoise jewelry in it, which is very native to that area.
Oh, yeah.
They really brought out the character of Albuquerque, I think.
It's a fun city.
Showed the gorgeousness of it, and then also the love story was there. And we got to see a love story and find why this pilot, they called him, I believe, and I can't remember, but because he was doing all these love things, why was he was against love himself? Like he didn't find his own love story.
We found the story.
I can't remember what they called him, but because he's very nice looking, and so they were surprised what was his story. So we got to find out about that, but we're not going to tell you because we want you to watch this one.
And tell me what's for next week.
So next week, we are traveling again, which I love the travel series. I think Hallmark is spectacular. Took us to Albuquerque, takes us places that maybe a lot of people haven't been.
Well, it seems like they're changing their format, and they're informing people of other places
Yeah.
that most people have not thought about. And where are they taking us?
So we are going, and we're going for, this is called Love on the Danube, and it's the love song it's called. And yeah, why don't you talk about where they're going?
Well, they're going, I think they're going to Budapest.
Because that's where the Danube is, right?
Well, the Danube comes through Germany and Austria, and then it goes through Budapest on to the Black Sea. But this is where all of those river cruises take off on the Danube.
I wonder if they're in
Hungary.
if they're on a river cruise or they're doing something. I think we saw them walk in the streets though.
Well, it's a beautiful part of the world, and
we get to see it through Hallmark's eyes.
Hallmark is going to take us there, and we're looking forward to it.
I wish they let us get a stamp in our passport with all of our Hallmark places we go on. Or how fun would it be if Hallmark created a passport for their viewers to get kind of check off all the places they've been with Hallmark.
It's going to be fun. And remember, over the next week, we're going to be starting women's NBA basketball.
Oh, you love that.
With Caitlin and Paige and all the wonderful players. And also, it's graduation time. Yeah. And people are graduating who've never graduated before. And we all have relatives and friends and children and grandchildren. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful week or two ahead. Yeah. And we're looking forward to being with everybody
we'll be here
next week for another trip to, this time, the Danube River and Budapest.
I'm excited for it. I've never been there, so that should be a nice trip.
And there's going to be a love story.
Well, as in Hallmark true fashion, there should always be love.
So I'm going to see if I'm going to have tears or cheers or both.
Yeah.
So on behalf of Jordan and I, say...
Everybody, I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day and have a great week. And we will see you back at the same place, same time next week.
Always a fun time with you. Have a wonderful week.
Bye-bye.